Here we go. All right, we just got done referencing the CAD file, and you can see it's still actually shown as a CAD file. Um, one of the things that we're going to need to do in our structural plan, we've referenced in our architectural, and you can see my architectural grid is off based on what I have not updated that. So let me take care of that real quick. Manage links, save the project, save to central. Revit file building, let's reload that, click OK. There we go. That's doing what it needs to do. So I'm on the level one plan here. My active work set is the architectural model. I'm going to change my active work set to structural levels and grids. And the next thing I'm going to do, I want to duplicate this view. I'm going to call this view grid coordination. And this is not a structural, this is a coordination view. Why? Still not showing up there. What happens if I turn this into architectural? Still nothing. Oh well, back to coordination. You can see my phase filter is set to show all, so if I zoom in here, I've got the new wall and the existing wall and the demolition wall. But you can see all the CAD information that got generated in the previous video is not here because I haven't actually turned that CAD file information into Revit information. But the purpose of this view is not the purpose of this specific view is not to look at all the CAD information. The purpose of this particular view is why I called it grid coordination, is so we could coordinate the grids. Change that medium. Let's look at, okay, architectural levels and grids, architectural floor slabs. I do not want to see those in this model. So I turn those off, and remember this is a global setting. So now you can see how the global setting has actually turned off this information in my architectural model, even though I'm in my structural model. Before I do anything, I'm going to pin my linked Revit model. This is going to keep it from accidentally moving around. So if I actually use the move command and try and pull it over, I get an error message. So I don't want to move it. I wanted to show you that. Going to my visibility graphics, into my work sets, and I want to turn my levels and grids on in this view so that I can see them. But what I don't want to see in this view is the actual architectural model. Now, it will be interesting to see if this works the way I expect it to. And you see what it did? It not only turned off the model, but it turned off everything else about the model. So we don't want that. I just used the undo command for that. So what do I want to do? I want to copy these grids from the architectural model into my structural model, but I want to do it in a way where if the architectural grids change, not if they add any new ones, but if the existing ones change, then I, as a structural engineer, I'm made aware of that. And you can do that on the Collaborate tab. Click on Copy Monitor, and select the link, and I'm going to select my architectural model. Now over here, I'm going to select Copy. Now remember, my current work set is structural levels and grids. Copy, and I'm going to copy these column grids. And now you can see it's got this that funny looking little squiggly line right next to it. That's the Revit indicator that's letting the user know I'm creating a coordination. I'm keeping tabs on what's happening in the architectural model regarding these elements. So if they change, I will let you know. Okay, I'm done with all those, and I'll select Finish. So my grids have been copied, but what's missing? Well, I don't have I'll just go to this elevation. You can see I don't have my levels set properly. And also, because my work set for architectural levels and grids is set to not display everywhere, I'm not seeing that work set here. So visibility. So I'm gonna make a copy of this view. Duplicate. And I'm gonna call this one level coordination. And so I've got a view for grid coordination and a view for level coordination. I should be able to change both of these to coordination. You see there's just something a little unusual happening here that I need to fine tune. You see, but I'm still not seeing my grids, but I am seeing my walls. So that's one of the differences between a structural model or a structural view and a coordination view. A structural view by default will not show walls in an architectural model. It's just one of those weird little things. So visibility graphics, work sets, here it is, levels and grids, and I want to turn it on in this view only. So there are my grids. Now you notice that I am just OCD enough that because my architectural level says level 2 in all caps, I'm going to change it my structural model to level 2. Do I want to rename corresponding views? Remember we went through this episode on the architectural model. No, I don't want to because I still have to do new, demolition, existing. I still have to do all that. So here's the level 1. No, I do not want to rename the corresponding view. So there's the name of the level, and then there's the name of the view. And then there's the title on the view. And remember from the other video, all these are a different thing. I'm just going to use the move command on this level to move him up so that now these levels are coincident. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to use my copy monitor tool again, but I'm going to use a different part of it. Select link. I'm going to select my architectural. I'm going to use monitor, and what copy takes something from another model and makes a copy of it in the current model. Monitor means I'm going to establish a link between something that already exists in my model and the other model. So I'm going to use copy monitor, and I'm going to select level 2, and it's automatically going to do the filtering here. Copy level 2 to level 2, and then another one, copy level 1 to level 1. So you can see that little guy right there means that it's working. And now I'm going to select copy, copy level 3, copy level 4, copy the roof level. Now you notice as I'm working my way up the list, I am not getting additional floor plans here. That's fine, don't worry. I'm going to click on finish. So there we go. Here are all my views. Now, level 1 and level 2, because they were monitoring, they're not quite in alignment with the other views. So I'm just going to edit my 3D extents of my levels here so that they're coincident. So there's my level coordination. Close that view. So here we are in the south structural elevation, and you can see all these elements are here. But what I'm not seeing is I'm not seeing the architectural levels, I'm not seeing the architectural grids, and I'm not seeing the majority of the architectural model because I turned it off. So there we are. There we have it. Now I'm back at level 1. So that's copy monitor on the levels and grids. Hang around for a few minutes. In the next video, we're going to have some more stuff for you.